Hi everyone, thanks for watching Microsoft Project Professional 2016 series videos. In this video, I am going to explain how to capture and handle with overtime. So I have opened Microsoft Project 2016 and I'll create a blank project. So by default, once you click on a Microsoft Project shortcut in your desktop, you can see that blank, sprint, waterfall and others from the template. So here I'm going to click a blank project. So it opens a Microsoft Project blank project. Let's understand a little bit before I get into the overtime. What is the default options? So if you go to the project backstage view, file options, we can see that under schedule there are some default options already given by Microsoft Project. So start time is 8 a.m. end time 17 means is a 5 p.m. so total hours per day is 8 hours, and then per week the resource will be working for 40 hours, and then days per month is 20. So if a resource is working more than 8 hours, that extra work should be overloaded work. So if you want to handle those situations, then those extra work has to be given as a overtime. So if I go to the resource sheet, let's understand how the resource are being captured in MS Project resource sheet. So here if I see the resource sheet, also we can find the same thing from few resource sheet. Okay, so we'll either use this resource sheet, or you can go from, let's say we are in Gantt chart view, we can go to the resource sheet. So let's capture a resource. I'll write the name of the resource is developer, and it creates a work type resource, and let's say standard rate is 1000 rupees per hour, and we are capturing the overtime is 1500 per hour. So after 8 hours of work, the resource extra hour will be 1500 rupees per hour. Now we need to create a task and see that how the Microsoft project behaves. So I'll create a task and assign that resource and see how that resource is reacting. So task for development, which takes, let's say, 5 days of time, and then if I say 5 days of time, let's say two entity I'll be adding here, one called work, and then I'll put another called cost to capture that how much cost that has been come if I assign the resource. So I don't need any predecessors now. So assign the developer. The moment I assign the developer, it says that the planned work is 40 hours and planned cost is 40. So now if I give some extra overtime to this developer, let's say this 5 days task I need to complete this in 4 days. Okay, so how much I have to give overtime means I want to ask the developer to work extra 2 hours a day, means every day if the developer works for, let's say, 10 hours, then total 4 days that developer will work for 40 hours, and then I'll be paying 1 day extra overtime so that my duration will be reduced, but the cost will be little bit, 8 hours will be extra overtime to be paid. So how to do that? So let's say we can do this through one way, which is called, if you select here and then view details. Now once we get the details, it gives another task form, then we'll go to right click and see the work. So it was there by default in the task form. So select the task and decide that this developer actually works 40 hours. Okay, and in this 40 hours it works for overtime of 8 hours. So first capture 40 hours, then say 8 hours is overtime, and then if I click OK, I can see that the resource has been taken, let's say 8 hours calculated based on the overtime, and rest 32 hours calculated based on the normal cost. So how from where it is coming. If we go back here and try to calculate 32 hours equal to 32,000, okay, plus 1500 into the overtime. So we can insert the column here. It's called work, right? 40 hours. And then if I say insert cost, we can say 44k, and inside of it we can say overtime cost. So this resource has got 12,000 rupees overtime cost, means 1500 into 8 hours, so 12,000, and the total cost is 44k. So that's all for now. If you want to know more about MS Project and the different scenarios of overtime, so watch our next videos, or you can visit us at www.nprohan.com and look for the upcoming training plans what we have on MS Project, so that you can learn more on this.